Okay, right. Well, hello everyone, and happy to see you on this webinar. Let me just say a couple of words about myself. My name is Irina Kordel, and I'm a life and business coach. And now I'm getting through the process of certification as a mental fitness coach with Positive Intelligence. And this is what I'll be talking to you about today. I'll share my contact information at the end of these webinars, and you all know me pretty well, but if you want to contact me, you will have all the contact information at the end of the webinar, and you can find out more about me and what I do. So today is really about sharing with you this amazing way of regulating. For me, it's mainly regulating your state and your emotional state and how you feel and how you get through daily challenges, and give you some simple couple of very simple tools to deal with whatever is happening in your life. And then if you want to grow and develop more these techniques and ideas, I will tell you how you can continue working with it and develop and be even more resilient and switch from negative to positive quicker and build that muscle. So without any further talking, let's just go straight into our webinar. And let me just start sharing the screen and share. You should be able to see my screen now, and it's let's go. Oh, full screen mode. Okay, so we're today talking about our mental fitness, and the main idea that I just absolutely love about this program is that the idea that mental fitness, just like our physical fitness, something that you need to train regularly. And if you go to the gym once, or you would be going for 2 or 3 months, you will build certain muscles, you will become fitter, healthier, you'll feel better. But then if you stop going, then this will gradually disappear. So it's important to maintain our physical fitness. Yes, improve and maintain regularly. This is exercise, something that we do regularly. So the same idea goes for our mental fitness. This is something that you do regularly. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'll let you decide. And this is something I've learned through my experience also working as a coach and being a client, as a coaching client as well, is you can't just get mentally fit once and then not lose it. So this is something that you have to maintain. And the tools that I will talk about today, this is something that you can actually continue building and working on throughout lifetime. So this is just the first point that I'd like to make. And so here today we will talk about how to grow the 3 core mental fitness mental muscles to thrive in challenging times. We are all going now through the challenging times, starting with COVID. The world is changing every single day, and it's really hard for us to adapt to it, things are different now than they were before, and with the recent event this year, it's become even more challenging for many of us. So there are these 3 core muscles that I will talk you through today, and I will tell you what you can do and how you can grow them. And just this program was designed and developed by Shirzad Chamine, and it's called Positive Intelligence. And every research that was done by him and his team. And I am a coach, a mental fitness coach, and I represent in this webinar Shirzad and his team. Great. So what is mental fitness? as I briefly talked at the beginning, it's generally mental fitness is your capacity to respond to life's challenges with positive rather than negative mindset. And what I like about this is that it's not just, oh, be positive and or smile all the time or something else. We acknowledge all our emotions. We have all our emotions, but we learn to switch from them. And it's not the need to always smile and to always be happy, but it's more about managing what you're doing and how you're doing and genuinely feeling happier and more content with your life. And the impact of building this mental fitness is that you can perform at your peak, and you can have peace of mind and wellness in your life, and also, most importantly, a healthy relationship. So this is the impact of building your mental fitness. And this is what I've been working on for the past 6 months, and I see amazing changes in my life. And really, through my experience and my clients' experience, and can confirm all of that. But now let me talk you through a little bit of the research that lays behind that. So the mental fitness program is based on the research by Shirzad Chamine and the synthesis of recent discoveries across neuroscience, positive psychology, cognitive behavioral psychology, and performance science. Here are the four areas of science that the research has been done within, and it all construct the positive intelligent idea program and foundation, basically research. There's been a lot of research, and I will tell you how you can find out more if you're interested in the research part. But today I don't want to overcomplicate it, and I'll just tell you the main thing from the research. The research includes results from hundreds of CEOs and their executive teams, Stanford students, world-class athletes, 500,000 participants from 50 countries, and many YPOs, families, and forums. The research summarized in the New York best-selling book, Positive Intelligence, and it's translated into 20 languages. So you can find the book. It's called Positive Intelligence by Shirzad Chamine, and this is where you can learn more. I can also, for those who are interested, I can also share with you his TED talk about this, and you can learn more through that as well. So if we talk about the research, so the main thing is that in the research, they use the factor analysis, and the factor analysis discovers the root cause and results in radical simplification of any ideas. Just like with colors, right? If you do the colors analysis, right, at the root of thousands of colors. I'm now learning art as well, so this really resonates with me. And that at the root of colors, there are only 3 colors, right? Yellow, blue, and red. And with these 3 main colors, you can mix pretty much any color. Well, not any, but main colors that you need. So basically, here, the same idea goes into the research of positive intelligence, that there are just 3 main ideas that the 3 main muscles that constitute your mental fitness. And the results of factor analysis show that there are only 3 core muscles at the root of mental fitness, as I said. The first muscle is saboteur interceptor. The second muscle is sage. And the third is the self-command muscle. And I will talk you through all of these three core muscles and explain to you now what they mean. So let's start with the first idea, the saboteur interceptor muscle. So we have 10 saboteurs in our brain. There are 10 saboteurs that are responsible. Let me just go and focus on this slide, this picture first, not to distract you. There are 10 saboteurs that are responsible for all our negative emotions: frustration, fear, anger, judgment, and all of that. We have 10 internal saboteurs that are responsible for that. And the other side is we have 5 sage powers that help us be in the calm, content, and happy and clear state. And this is these are the powers that we build through building sage powers, sage power muscles. And now let me just talk you through the 3 muscles. So the first one is saboteur interceptor muscle. And whenever you hear, so everybody, every person has the inner judge, the judge inside ourselves. So whenever you hear yourself thinking you're not good enough, or this is too stupid, or this is unfair, and why are you doing such a stupid thing, and why aren't you working harder, and you need to do a bit more, you need to get a bit better. Whenever you hear this negative voice in your head, and that links to you not feeling good, you're feeling negatively, this is the judge saboteur in your head talking. And the main idea is that judge never tells you the truth. The fact that whenever you hear, this was the voice in my head, the judge's voice is in my head, constantly told me you are not good enough. And in the past I worked as a language teacher and English language teacher, and throughout I had all certification possible. My English is good. I took the exam that was saying that I'm speaking English at the native level proficiency, and still my judge constantly told me that my English was not good enough. I mean, and the main thing is that I believed that, I improved that. And then the second lie that my judge told me, that like only through the negative emotion, by constantly judging yourself and telling yourself that you're not good enough, you're improving and it's good for you. But I was feeling miserable all the time. And that's what it is. And this is a lie. You can get better, you can improve, you can change things, and you can do, but you don't have to have this negative self-talk inside yourself. And the judge makes you feel bad about yourself, about others, and about what's happening in life. Now, with the circumstances, with the challenging times, very often you might hear your thoughts just going, oh, this is so unfair, I can't do this, how am I going to survive, and this is terrible, and all of that is causing your negative emotions. And again, this is not you, this is your judge talking inside of you. And this is the first idea that I want to leave with you, is that all the negative self-talk is, first of all, it's never true. And secondly, it's just your judge talking. So think about right now, just think for a moment, the last negative thought you had about yourself or about somebody else. Maybe it was like, oh, this person is so stupid, why are they doing it like that? This is not true you. This is the judge talking, and it's not, and you should not believe that. And if you think that this is the only way to improve, that is also not true. There are other ways to improve with the positive mindset and positive feeling positively and feeling good about yourself. Okay, so the judge is the main saboteur. Everybody has it, and somebody's judge is stronger, somebody's judge is weaker, but it's always there, and it judges yourself, others, and circumstances. And the judge has accomplice saboteurs, and there are 9 of them. They are controller, hyperachiever, restless, stickler, pleaser, hypervigilant, avoider, victim, and hyperrational. And depending on how our brain works, depending on the circumstances that we were growing up with, depending on our DNA and everything, our genes, and the judge pulls different saboteurs at different times to help them. So my judge would be say, oh, you need to you need to get better, you need to, you're not good enough, right? And then it would pull the string of the hyperachiever, and then I would be running after the next medal, after the next certificate, getting better and better, and constantly not feeling good about myself and constantly thinking I need to get better. And that was my main accomplice saboteur of the judge. And the second one was restless. That was the need to constantly work. And after COVID, because the survival mode kicked in, and it was scary for all of us, right? We didn't know if we were going to survive or what was going to happen. What's the next step? We were locked in our houses for a long time, for long enough for just this fear to grow. And for me, I was working 12 hours a day because we had a lot of issues at work. And it continued for such a long time that even after leaving my job, I just had this constant need to work. And through this program, I overcome that. And restless was the strongest in me. I was never settled. I could never sit through a movie without doing something else at the same time. And now I can actually finally enjoy movies, and I'm back at reading books and started painting. So yeah, so these were mine, my journey, and these my accomplice saboteurs that just didn't give me any break, any rest. And here comes the cat. So that's my another accomplice, but not saboteur. You will see quite a lot of my cats in any webinars because they always come and help. Supporters. So this is just this is where all the negative emotions come from the judge and the accomplice saboteurs. So the first muscle, the saboteur interceptor muscle, and this is what I'm talking you through now, is that whenever you hear judgmental thought about yourself, others, or circumstances, whenever you feel that you need to get better and it's very negative talk inside yourself, this is you can stop that. And that's the first muscle that you build. You recognize that this is negative, you recognize that this is judgmental, and this is your judge talking, or the saboteur, and at that moment you stop and you recognize it, and you tell yourself that that's not who I am. And now if we go to the next, yes, so you can take the assessment, and I will post the links to the assessment in the comments under this. I will post it in the webinar for those who are present right now and in the chat box. And then I will also post it under the video once it's uploaded on YouTube. You can take the assessment and see what your main saboteurs are. We all have the judge, and then the rest of the saboteurs are different for all of us. As I said, mine were hyperachiever and restless. So then the next thing that I wanted to talk about is about the negative emotions, all right? And are the negative emotions good for you? Just think for a minute, are they good for you or not? And is there any time when they're good for you? And the answer is similar to whether pain is good for you. And if you imagine your hand, you put your hand on a hot stove, you will feel the pain and you will immediately remove your hand from the hot stove. So in the same way, the negative emotions are good for you just to feel where the pain is and to remove your hand immediately. So the moment you feel negative emotion is you should move from that. This is not where you should be, and this is not where you are. But what we do when we get hijacked by our saboteurs, hijacked by our judge, it's we emotionally keep our hand on the hot stove. We do not remove, and we continue growing with this emotional pain inside of us, and we don't remove our mentally, we don't remove the hand from the stove. So the negative emotion is only good for you for 1 second as an alert signal. And if when you stay in negative emotion, it hurts ability to see clearly and to respond with empathy, curiosity, creativity, and or laser focused action. Negative emotion is your saboteur talking to you. And when you stay in negative emotions, it hurts you and your ability to deal with things in a different way. So remember, negative emotions are helpful, but just for a second. It's an alert signal. So now if we move to the second muscle, and so this is the saboteur interceptor muscle that we were talking about. And so you hear the thought, you feel the negative emotions, and you immediately remove yourself from that negative emotion. Now, there are some emotions that we might think is negative, but in fact, they're not necessarily negative. I will talk about it when we're talking about the sage muscle. I will talk about this example of an example of a negative emotion that maybe some of us will think of as negative, but let me get back to that. So the sage, and the sage muscle lives in the region of the brain associated with positive emotions, peace and calm, clear-headed focus, creativity, and big picture. And these are if we talked about the saboteurs before, they live in the region of negative emotions, and the sage lives in the region associated with this. So the sage, it is the research done has shown the different activity in your brain and how it's physically different part of your brain that we are operating with. And what we want, when shifting from one to another, we activate in different part of brain. Don't worry, I will tell you how to do that in a bit, but I just want to explain to you everything before that. And it operates from the sage perspective, right? So we go from this part of the brain, it operates from the sage perspective. And sage perspective this is just one, but I would say that it's the main aspect of the sage perspective, that every outcome or circumstance can be turned into a gift and opportunity. So any negative thing that happened in your life can be turned into a gift and opportunity. So any failure, anything that happened that didn't go the way you wanted to go, anything that didn't happen, that from the sage perspective, it's a gift of opportunity for development. And you can, let me just give you an example from, I will give you a very simple example. For example, 5 years ago, I applied for a job, and I didn't get it, and I didn't, at that time, it would have meant moving to a different country. It would have meant doing other different things. And at that moment, of course, I thought that, oh, no, this is terrible. I didn't get the job. I didn't move. It was really bad and awful. But now, looking back from their sage perspective, that moment, the fact that I didn't move, the fact that I stayed, helped me develop personally and helped me get through this, stay in one place for long enough not to deal with the new circumstances and new ideas, but to go deeper in myself and to understand myself better, and eventually switch my career from language teaching and training into coaching and life coaching. And this happened because I was able to stay long enough in one place and not deal with new changes and new circumstances, and deal with things like that. So this was a gift, and now I'm here now and talking to you because one of the reasons, right? Because at that time I didn't move and I didn't change the place, and was able to deeper discover myself and take this path. So think for a moment that any circumstance or any negative things can be turned into a gift and opportunity. And it's not immediately, if you're saying like, oh, what are you talking about? There are some terrible things and that happen in life. So even if you talk about, I know that the many through the program, I don't want to retell now the story, but in the program and through more research by Shirzad, you can see that more examples of how anything can be turned into a gift or opportunity. But this is not something that comes to us naturally and quickly and easily. So, but just starting yourself with whatever negative thing is happening right now, and whatever you think is a bad thing that is happening in your life right now, just for a second, if you think, what can be the gift in it? What is the opportunity in it? And just stay with this question, with yourself, with this question for some time. Don't just go immediately like, oh no, there is no gift. Take something, anything simple, maybe, you know, if you lost a phone, for example, right, or your phone broke down, what can be a gift or an opportunity with that? Or you missed a bus, and what is a gift or opportunity here? Maybe you standing there longer, yes, and waiting, or you're stuck in the traffic jam and you're late for your meeting. What's a gift and opportunity there? Maybe you have more time to prepare for the meeting, to think about what's going to go well. Of course, if you sit in the car in the traffic jam before a meeting and thinking, oh my God, I'm stuck, you're stuck in the negative emotion. But if you start thinking, okay, well, I'm already stuck here, I can't move, I can't do anything. What gift can I find in this situation? What opportunity can I find in this situation? And it's a muscle to train yourself into the sage perspective. And the question is, which perspective is true? The saboteur will say, okay, well, this is bad, being stuck in the traffic jam or not getting a job. And the sage will say, this is a gift, that I'm stuck in the traffic jam and I can think longer, or I didn't get the job and I can try this new thing. And which perspective is true? And the answer here, whichever you believe becomes true. And this is the most important thing for working with our mind. You can choose different perspective, and you can choose what you believe. You can believe that this moment being stuck in the traffic jam is bad and it's terrible, and you can have all the negative emotions. Or you can believe that this moment being stuck in the traffic jam is a gift. And what is the gift here? And think about that, and thinking about, wow, this is great, and this is a gift. So you are in charge of believing what you want, and you choose what you want to believe. But again, because we're so used to thinking that something is bad, that everything is bad, this is bad, and this is bad, it's so easy for us to believe that we don't always look for another perspective. We just have this narrow focus. So I challenge you to start thinking about that. And so I just gave you a quick introduction of the sage perspective. There are other powers and other aspects of the sage perspective, but this is just a simple introduction on how you can look at things. And finally, the third muscle. So we talked about the saboteur interceptor muscle, right? So negative self-talk, you stop that, and you know that it's not true, it's a lie. And everything that saboteurs say, it is a lie. Then you look at the sage perspective, that any outcome or circumstance can be turned into a gift or opportunity, and you choose to believe this part. And then to switch from one to another, we build the self-command muscle. This is the muscle that helps you switch from one another. And to build that muscle, we have developed PQ reps. Positive question, yes, like IQ, EQ, emotional, right? IQ, EQ, emotional intelligence, and so there is positive intelligence reps, right? Positive question reps, PQ reps, and it's a 10-second practice. We will do it right now with you, and I will give you the introduction. But just doing it long enough will help you switch. And again, the research has looked at it, and it brings changes in your brain. And when scanning your brain, you can see how different part of your brain operate after this just 10-second practice or more. I will tell you where you can find more practice for that. But let's just right now, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. I will close my eyes as well. And put your two fingertips next to each other and touch your fingertips with such attention that you can feel the ridges of your fingertips. Such close attention that you can feel it. So that's just been a quick 10-second PQ rep. And right now, after doing that, your brain has changed. And I think my voice has changed as well, because immediately I access this deeper sage area of my brain, and immediately I feel different. And this is just after 10 seconds. So what happens is, by focusing all your attention on just the fingertips and feeling all the sensations, you activate the sage area of your brain. And this is just one type of rep that you can do. I will send you the link, and you can find other types. And if you read the book, you will find other types of reps that you can do. And on the website, I will share with you as well, the website, you can find some longer PQ reps that you can do. But I hope right now, just by switching your attention and focusing on your fingertips, you already activated your sage brain. So this is the very simple technique that you can use. And so let me just talk you through the whole operating system, what we've talked about it so far. So what you do is that if you feel negative emotions, you just stop for a second. You are at this moment in the saboteur mode. And then you do some PQ reps, just what we had. You can close your eyes and feel the fingertips, and feel the fingertip with such close attention that you can feel the ridges. You can get more PQ reps in the book, different types of PQ reps. And then you do that for 10 seconds or 20 or 2 minutes. Yes, so like originally I said about 2 minutes. So if you do that for 2 minutes, it will quiet the saboteurs inside and it will activate your sage. And then after that, once you activated your sage, you assume the sage perspective that every problem can be converted into a gift and opportunity. You assume this perspective and then you generate the gift by using sage powers. And the sage powers are empathy, curiosity, creativity, calm and clear-headed action. So this is a very simple operating system that anybody can use. Even children starting from 10, they can understand the concept, maybe even earlier, but 10, they can understand the concept and they can start working with you on that. So the question is it really possible to just shift from saboteur to sage response, even in tough challenges? And the answer is yes, but the speed and depth of shift depends on your mental muscle strength. And it also depends on the situation that you're in. So for some things, for some negative states and emotions, you will switch just like that, right? You will need maybe 10 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. But for some things, you will need longer. And this is because your muscle is not strong enough yet, and you just need to build that muscle. And that's fine, right? You can't go and lift 100 kilos immediately, right? If you go to the gym, you're building up to it a little by little. I don't actually know if you can lift 100 kilos. I can't, but you will need to build bit by bit to this. And the same here. So some life circumstances, some judgmental negative emotions are so strong, they're like 100 kilo weight. And of course, at the beginning, when you're just starting, you can't lift those 100 kilos, right? But by building your muscles, you will faster deal with smaller things, and you will be able to shift from saboteur to sage very quickly. And as you build, more and more challenges and negative things will help you. You will be dealing with them easier and easier. And yeah, so, but what I told you now, hopefully you got some insight, and you've got this simple tool that you can use. But if you want lasting positive change, you need to practice and you need to build your mental muscle. And this, you can do this daily. You can do this by reading the book and learning different ways of doing the PQ reps. And you can further learn about, you can do the assessment to understand your saboteurs. You can, in the book, you will understand what the main lies, what they're telling you, and you will learn to stop them and recognize them even better. And then you can do the practice, the more PQ-REP that are described in the book, and you can do that on the daily basis. But the key thing that I encourage you is to continue practicing and build that mental muscle that will help you be happier and stay less in the negative and more in the positive. And if you are interested, you can participate in the special design 6-week program, Positive Intelligence program designed by Shirzad. And I will tell you what the program involves right now. One thing is to read the book. The other thing is participate in the program. And just remember that you can't defeat a gang of 10 bandits by sending one fighter per day for 100 days, right? You need stronger muscles and you need to build it. So here, remember that success requires intense initial practice. So initially you practice a lot and then you maintain that. So this 6 to 8 weeks helps you practice. Take the six-week program, 15 minutes a day, helps you practice intensively at the beginning, right? And then you will go into grow and maintain. So let me just tell you about this program. And the program lasts for 6 weeks, and this is how you can build your muscle. As I said, you can read the book and do it by yourself, or you can choose to participate in the program. It's a 6-week program. You will watch 1 hour weekly video. It comes out on the weekend or on Monday. You can watch the video. It comes out every Saturday, and then you have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to watch the video. It's only 1 hour, and I encourage everybody to spend weekends for themselves, and then Monday you still have the workday to watch the video. And then during the day, you will do 15 minutes a day of practice on the specially designed app. On your phone, you will have the reminders of the practice. It's only 15 minutes a day, and it's very easy, and it will help you build the muscle. You will read the 8 chapters of the Positive Intelligence books, and it's all provided with a program. And then with this program, you will participate in a weekly group or individual coaching sessions with me. So this is a part where we would discuss that I would help you get through things, and I will coach you through any aspect. So there are some automated things like videos and practice on the app that you will do. And in addition, you will participate in a group or individual coaching session to build this muscle. So if you would like to participate, you can message me after this webinar on any social media, how you found out, LinkedIn or Facebook, or for those who are in Russia, Telegram, you know where to find me. And you can message me, and then you can also go to positiveintelligence.com/assessment, and then this is where you can get your assessment and assess your saboteurs. This is what I was talking about. I will be posting the links in the chat and in the comments under the video. You can email me your results and irinakordel.coach@gmail.com. And you can also, if you want to discuss this further, you can attend a free introductory session, and I will post the booking calendar in the message and under this video. So feel free to book. We can, you will have an option to either choose a diagnostic session, or you want to get a free coaching session, or just chat and get to know. I love talking to people feel free, it's free, and I'll be happy to talk with you through different aspects and give you as much help as possible. And then, so the next program, if you would like to participate in the group program, then the next program will start on October 1st. And the deadline to register is September the 24th. So you have, from now, you have one week to register for this. And then the program starts on October 1st. If there will be, whenever you're watching, there will be later programs. It's possible. Just message me if you're interested to participate in participation. Please just message me and I will tell you about further detail. But this is the nearest, and this is the group participation. The cost of participation. I will, for the participants of this webinar, I will stop recording now, and the participants of this webinar, I will tell you the cost of participation after the recording, because this is the special offer for those who present on this webinar. If you want to know the details, please email me. As I said, there is a way of group participation and individual participation. And if you're in a group, you will participate with at least one other person. Usually it's 3 to 4 people, sometimes 5, but this is what it is. In some places it goes up to 12. I don't do groups more than 5 people, so that I can definitely give extra coaching for each one of you and extra attention. And there is also a possibility of individual participation. So this is how you can build your mental fitness. And I hope that this was useful for you, and you can, I'll share the recording and send it to you as well. So you can always rewatch it, and you can always go back to any part and just look at and or take a screenshot and look at any part of that. So that's all from me. I will now stop that and answer the questions of the participants of this webinar and share the costs of participation. Right. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I am very happy to have you here, and hopefully see you soon in the program and help you build this muscle and feel more positive about yourself. And just go on the full screen to wave bye-bye to you.